I decided to start using Zangief. When I first started playing Street Fighter 6, I was using Zangief, but ain't gonna miss that, big boy.
Round 2. Fight.
Never throw that medium kick out. I'm playing real stupid with Zangief. I thought I had that. I traded though. That's the main reason I don't like that drive impact is in the game, because like if I do that overhead that I just did right there, and he has drive impact, he'll actually like just swallow it up.
Round 2. Fight. Come on. Baby.
Oh my god. That's definitely a broken nose. Oh, did I miss it? That's why I think also if you do the, unless you want to go for EX air grab, but if you're like, if you have no meter, can't really do it. You know what I'm saying? So I like to use hard kick off of the level 1, because even if I make a mistake, it'll still, like let's say I missed the level 2, I'll still catch him with standing hard kick or forward hard kick, which will both combo in the air. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you are gonna use a kick button, you might as well, you should be using hard kick. Oh god. Oh my god. I wish the AI would go for like more complex damage, you know? Clothesline your ass, nigga. I really like the voice actor for Zangief for sure. He stays. Oh, I thought I held it, but oh my god, only EX works. I hate that only EX works there. He really needs that to connect. Oh my god, that's gonna counter. I thought I landed that. I needed that. Oh my god. Way too far. I let him have it because like a mistake like that I would have lost the round anyway, so. I don't know who is. Oh my god, you're not gonna give me that grab there? Yeah, I have way more fun playing characters. Like, I feel like Zangief doesn't have enough options. Like he should be able to drive rush his standing medium, his crouching medium kick or something, like, or at least like super one it. You know what I mean? I think if he could super one his crouching medium kick, that would make all the difference. You know? Oh my god, really? I didn't hold that. Not within that range. Come on, baby. Oh, he's finished through that. See, that's another thing when charged characters are standing. When charged characters are standing, especially like ones that have a real good anti-air, like DJ and Guile, for example. You know what I'm talking about is like a special move that's designed for that. Once they're walking or standing, they no longer could really. I'm not saying that they cannot anti-air you with like normal attacks or like air-to-airs or something like that. I'm saying that, you know, the move that's specifically designed to anti-air, which Guile and DJ for me is like some of the best in the entire game. You know, once you see that, you can go for jumping attacks. You could go for cross-up attacks against characters that are real good at like zoning, like, which in my opinion DJ and Guile probably being the best. I think DJ actually is the better version of Guile, to be honest, and I think a lot of people do agree ever since Super Turbo that he's always been the better version of Guile. He just has more options and easier combos as well. I am the Russian mother. You know? Oh, no way. I'm gonna have to waste the level 2 on the level 1 here. See, what I did right there, I went for that level 2 afterwards. Even if it doesn't come out, I still hit them out of the air. That's why if you're gonna go for level 1, if you don't have any meter, I honestly don't recommend, as a Zangief, wasting that. I don't honestly recommend using that EX meter on regular command grabs, but if you could level 1 them and then use the EX air grab, I would. It's at least you know it's guaranteed damage. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas if you go for like as Zangief, you should only be using command grabs as like as a grappler in Street Fighter. You should really only be using grabs as like a whiff punish or a counter punish. You know what I'm saying? Like if you block their super, like right here, that's free EX command grab. You gotta waste it for that. Now the thing is, at the highest level, it's way harder. It's way harder to land that those kind of situations, but they do still happen. Very good. Standing jab, beat it.
Round 2. Fight.
And let me tell you something. As a Zangief player, I know, I never personally played with Snake Eyes in real life or anything like that. I only played with him online, and you know what I'm saying? Like when he first started playing Street Fighter with us, he didn't even really know much about the game. I was a huge fanatic by the time I started playing online. You know what I'm saying? I was having fun playing the computer my whole life as a kid. I didn't know they had tournaments for money and all that stuff. So like I was already like, you know, a huge fan and really kind of like I wouldn't say I was a master of the game, but I understood basically, you know, what worked and what didn't. And I was using like some of the better characters in like the older games as well. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm actually using like, I don't necessarily say like I still use Ryu, but as you can see, almost all my stream has been Kimberly. And I don't know if I was actually streaming Zangief, but I when I first started playing Street Fighter 6, when there was way more people playing online just because they wanted to win the tournament, and 99% of them did not, such as myself. But I didn't actually go because I didn't have a good support team. You know what I'm saying? Because I had my friend that I was trying to rely on to take me over there, but unfortunately he didn't. He didn't want to do it, so. Oh my god, I keep missing that level 1 off of the crouching medium. Oh my god, I'm so whack.
Round 2. Fight. Oh yeah. Come on. Zongia, round 1. Fight. Baby.
See what I mean right there? That's why it's not worth going for it. Because that's easy counter all the time. Oh my god, I thought I had EX. Oh my god. I'm so whack. I'm so whack. I'm not a true Zangief player. I'm not gonna sit here and deny, like, lie about it. Oh, that's gonna eat through. He tried to counter. Oh, no way. This is gonna be free grab. See, that's what I mean by that. When they miss those situations, like, I wouldn't necessarily call it a whiff punish. I'd just say it's a counter.
Zongia wins. Round 1. Fight.
Don't ever underestimate on Zangief's sweep. His sweep is like maybe the best in the entire game. That's game. Oh, that was a beautiful. I don't even think DJ should have that move, to be honest. He's so good at like just keeping you away that like he has this little like fake run or whatever the hell that is. I really don't think he should have it. Just too good of a character to have like the total package. I'm whack. See, like right there, you're supposed to drive rush. I just think they should have left it the way it was in Street Fighter V, where you just get a crush. It was so much easier to keep it going, you know? They messed up with that whole, like, having them fly in the air and shit. Oh, I was supposed to use Light Punch. You know, if you use the Light Punch version of the spinning pile driver, his command grab, you know, it has way more range than medium punch or hard punch. So right there, I went for hard punch. As you can see, it missed. Like normally, medium punch and hard punch can like within 2 jabs or two light kicks or something like that, you're out of range after that. But like with light punch, you have three like crouching attacks. That's why like. See, like right here, I'm still in range. But like if I were to do medium punch, and he walked forward as well, which most opponents are always trying to walk away from you. So that's why like as Zangief, you want to always be ready to strike low, and like not be afraid to throw that overhead out. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually your opponent is gonna be afraid of getting hit low, and you know, if you are gonna hit them low, you're actually, if you're within range, a medium punch is better because you could. The medium punch can be the medium kick and hard kick have way more range, but they don't have any combo potential. You get what I'm saying? But whereas the medium punch, you could drive rush it. You know what I'm saying? So like if you're ever gonna use medium punch, you gotta go with that low. You know what I mean? I know a lot of I know Snake Eyes really like to do the standing light kick into EX green hands, into red focus attack, into Ultra 1 with Zangief, which was, in my opinion, is like it's not the easiest combo. So like I give Snake Eyes credit. Like, you know, he as a player, when he first started and I was playing with him, you know, he didn't even use Zangief at the time. I was the one that brought it up to him, and like to see that he like was beating 3 world champions in Street Fighter, you know, one is still considered the best Street Fighter player and Marvel vs. Capcom player in the entire country. You know what I'm saying? And 2 other guys, both are from Asia, one is Japanese, quite possibly the best Sagat in Street Fighter 4. He beat him as well, and he beat the Gen player that also switched to Sagat. And he, you know, Sagat is actually considered like Zangief's, maybe Dhalsim and Sagat being like probably the worst matchups for him. And maybe Guile as well. But he showed that, you know, he still won. So in my heart, you know what I'm saying? In my heart, I'm honestly rooting for Snake Eyes to win the tournament. I don't know if he's actually going to do it and be able to, but I really hope that he does because, you know, I personally played with him and, you know, I think you know, the fact that he's picking Zangief, you know, there's not too many players using Zangief. You know, when Street Fighter 6 first came out, I was using Zangief. I still don't think Zangief is like the most amazing character, but the fact that you're so fearful of the command grab is what really leads a lot of players to get countered by things that are, you know, things outside of just the command grab, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're so afraid of the command grab, they're either backdashing or jumping away, so, like, you could always catch them with low attacks. You could always catch them with the running bear grab. You know, like, if they like to backdash, which is, like, what a lot of high-level players like to do against the Zangief, you know, you could easily react to that with the running bear grab. That's guaranteed counter. You know what I'm saying?
Round 2. Fight.
Like I said, like, never underestimate how good Zangief's sweep is. I know a lot of players are like, oh, you should never sweep in Street Fighter. But, like, he has, like, almost a full screen sweep. Like, it's, like, literally half screen. So, like, you would be stupid as a player not to do it because they're always constantly going to be running away. Like, I'm not, obviously you're better off using the medium kick. I know they could easily react to the crouching hard punch with the drive impact. But see right there, what did he do? He tried to do standing medium kick. The sweep came out faster, even though, like, I did it after. Like, it's, like, deceptively fast, and it always has been. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Zangief, for me, has always had, like, other than Ryu and Super Turbo, you know, and Ken as well, you know, no doubt about it that Ken and Ryu had the best sweeps in Street Fighter because they could special cancel their sweep into uppercut or fireball. No other character in the game could do that back then. You know what I'm saying? So, like, other than that, you know, the next best character, in my opinion, was no doubt about it, was Zangief, maybe even Guile, you know what I'm saying? Just because that double sweep would, like, literally push you away into Sonic Boom range, and you would have to deal with it all over again. Oh my god, I jumped in the air. Oh my god.
Zangief wins.
Zangief. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was so bad. See, Snake Eyes would know, like, nah, you never throw out the crouching sweep at that range. Oh, you gotta give him this game. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I gotta say, yo, to Capcom, Dragon's Dogma 2 Collector's Edition does not sound too impressive, man. It doesn't sound, you know what I mean? You didn't give like I thought like maybe you get like bonus XP or something, you know? So I could just like literally wipe my ass with the whole game, like. What I do like about Dragon's Dogma, not necessarily the Nintendo Switch version of it, but the PlayStation 3 version, I would be able to send like, let's say I selected an area on the map that I wanted to navigate to, I could just literally like tell my pawn to lead the way, and like along the way they would like find hidden treasures and shit for me, but you know, like, they would literally find the door opening to the place that I had to do to, like, do the next quest, and I really love that. I noticed for whatever reason, on the Nintendo Switch version, I guess it was just because it was just not as powerful as the PlayStation 3, that, like, the same thing did not happen. Like, I literally had to do all the navigation myself, which I found kind of annoying. I wish maybe they could add, like, a quick travel, like they did in Spider-Man 2, where it's like, you know, they tell you the next objective, you know, and you don't even necessarily have to mark the map. Like, the pawn's already like, oh, I know what I got, where we got to go next. Do you want to navigate now? Like, oh, if not now, just press, you know, like the pressure button on the middle of the controller, and I'll quick navigate to your next location. Like, that's the one thing I can't stand about RPGs. Like, if I really want to just explore, I'll just explore. But, like, I can't stand, like, when like, I have to, like, find everything my goddamn self. Like, what I did love about Dragon's Dogma is that, like, on PlayStation 3, the computer did all the hard work for me. They would, like, basically go the right path every time. I don't know why on the Switch. I guess it's just not as powerful, but like I said, but... Don't, and like, please, don't talk shit about my Zangief. Like I said, I'm not a true Zangief player. I'm probably better than most just because I have so much knowledge of fighting games. Oh, it's gonna trade. Woo! Got it. I love that combo. I love the level 1. For whatever reason, that level 1 does not come out unless you hit like 3 or 4 crouching jabs. Crouching light, like you can mix up like crouching light kick. What I like to do is go crouching light kick, crouching jab immediately. But if you actually if you do crouching light kick twice, I believe you can still get a jab afterwards. But I just feel it's easier. The reason why I like to go crouching, like with Zangief particularly, or even Ryu, is because the reason I like to go crouching light kick, crouching jab, is because the super motion is already a punch button. So the same thing for Zangief. He has the double quarter circle forward punch to do his level 1. So does Ryu. So while I'm doing crouching light kick, crouching jab, I'm basically just, I don't know if it's called buffering. Basically at the same time I'm doing the combo, I'm doing the motion on the controller. You know, I'm not saying that it's not that I'm guessing. I have a feel for it by now. But at first, it's going to feel like almost impossible for a beginner player or intermediate player to really regularly land these combos. But if there's any combo I recommend for like a beginner player or intermediate player, is those crouching light kick, crouching jab into super. Because at the highest level, that is probably the most effective combo in the entire game. You know what I'm saying? Like with Ryu, with Zangief's a little different. He has a command grab level 3. With Ryu, I could do crouching light kick, crouching jab, uppercut, and then I could land my level 3. You know, I could land all his combos off of that low starter. And what starts to happen is, you know, your opponent starts to fear the low attack, so now it opens your opponent up to the overhead. Or vice versa. You start hitting so many overheads that it starts leaving them open to the lower attack. That's all fighting games have ever been. Now, if they're like, you know, if you have an opponent that like me that's like amazing at blocking everything, well, now they're susceptible to grabs. You know what I'm saying? So now a grab is gonna make a player like me go, oh damn, I'm tired of getting grabbed. He grabbed me, you know, 2 or 3 times. I'm losing 25% right there. You know, oh damn, I think he's gonna go for a grab right here. Now he catches me with a combo. You know what I'm saying? There's always a strategy for every player. Me, I'm so good that I almost, like, unless I'm playing online, I almost never get my defense cracked like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I might get a little arrogant. I might throw like a crouching medium kick that might be like 2 millimeters, like two, you know, a centimeter away from where it's supposed to be, and I'll get whiff punished. It happens to the best of us, man. You know what I'm saying? And against a good Zangief like Snake Eyes, he's gonna do the standing medium kick into drive rush, into, you know, medium jab. Obviously, the standing medium kick, if I'm not mistaken, see, right there, if I would have done crouching medium punch instead, I could have actually canceled into the drive rush. I mean, the drive impact. So he wants to waste all his meter right now. He wants to waste all his meter right now. See right there? Also, as you're playing, like, what you know, as you see what I'm doing, like, I'm obviously trying to block the low attacks because the low attacks are, in my opinion, are way faster than the overheads. But the thing is, as you see your opponent basically like continuingly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very hard when, especially when you see your opponent consistently like bouncing up and down. Like, he's crouch blocking, he's standing. He's crouch blocking, he's standing. He's moving back, he's moving forth. He's crouch blocking, he's standing. You know, it's very hard to anticipate where his attack is. A lot of beginner, intermediate players, they're so obvious with what they're approaching. They stay crouching, and then as a high level player, I'm going, okay, he's obviously going to try to hit me with a low. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that as an experienced player, I go, okay, just because he's crouching low doesn't mean he can't try to catch me with an overhead, especially in a game like Tekken or Mortal Kombat where it's way more complex to block these combo strings. You know what I'm saying? And I'm quite aware of that as well. Like, you know, obviously I have the most experience when it comes to Street Fighter, but as you can see, that's like, I'm playing against the computer right now. But what I'm saying, if the computer really wants to, it can block everything I'm doing. You know, against a real player, that's gonna come in handy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I thought I had that. I'm so whack. I love this. This is why I do it, guys. This is why I do it. No way. And also, against a real good player, a lot of beginner, intermediate players, they'll love to do crouch jab because they're so afraid of getting grabs that they'll like to do a lot of crouch jabs. And me as an experienced player, especially, you know, in the older games it was way easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, in these games it's way easier. Like crouch jab. Depending on the spacing, like you could catch them with special moves in that situation. Especially like if they're a player that likes to mash. A lot of like a lot of Zangief players, they like to mash crouch jab. Like even though they're Zangief players, it's funny because Zangief is considered a grappler, but his biggest weakness is actually getting grabs. So like as a Zangief player, you have to be really aware of being like just getting caught in a consistent grab loop. You know what I'm saying? Because it could really just completely take away your whole health bar, you know? Oh my god. I wish that crouch and medium punch came out sooner. Ah, I missed the level 1. Oh, kick to the groin. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at, my boy? Body splash. Crouching light kick is obviously the hardest to deal with. Oh, just missed. Standing light kick, we'll trade. See what I mean right there? Like that's a prime example. Like a lot of Zangief play. I was the only Zangief player that was really, I wouldn't say the only, but I was probably the most consistent and effective with using the running bear grab ever since Street Fighter V. You know what I'm saying? Like almost no Zangief players use it, and it's shocking to me because you know there are players that just crouch jab. You know what I'm saying? And for that, you know, those specific situations, you know, like medium punch or hard punch or hard kick or anything like that, anything like the way I look at it is like anything that's higher than it, it's not a guarantee. If you space it properly and if you time it right, it will counter. Like if they're really big on like crouch jabbing, crouch light, like trying to like always, because a lot of these high level players, they just like to like crouch jab and grab and like maybe try to whiff punish you. So like the medium punch, when they see the medium punch, they get like arrogant and they try to crouch jab you and beat it before it comes out. But what happens is the medium punch actually wins. So like you could just full combo them after that. You know what I'm saying? That's why like if you see what. See, like right there, that's one thing I believe they should fix with Zangief. His regular lariat should be something that he could combo off of crouching light kick, crouching jab combos like that. He doesn't have anything else. Everything else he has is heavily reliant on a command grab. So, like, basically what happens is he has to pressure his opponent with, like, the fear of getting command grabs or, you know, with punishes, which, in my opinion, in the highest level, is pretty difficult because against Zangief, a lot of players keep it real light, like crouching light kick, crouching jab, standing jab, out of fear, you know. And if a Zangief player is actually good enough, you can running bear grab the recovery of that jab, and the crouching light kick's probably the hardest, but like. You know, you could even regular command grab. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, they're always jumping away. You know, you could do the standing hard kick. You know, Snake Eyes is a talented Zangief player. I'm not going to deny that. He's gotten way better over the years. I still personally think I am better than him as a player. But I think when it comes to Zangief here in the United States, I don't think there's any Zangief player better. With the exception of me, like if I actually put all the time and the effort to actually like bring it to a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying? Zangief is his main character, but I believe he's gonna also pick Ryu as his side character, as he's shown in the past, you know what I'm saying? With his evil Ryu choice against the Japanese Sagat player in Street Fighter 4, which he did eliminate from the tournament, which was a world champ. with Sagat as well. So he beat him, you know, a world champ using his best character. You know, the Sagat player did beat his Zangief, but when he switched to Evil Ryu, he actually won with an overhead. So, you know, I was real happy to see that. I'm not going to lie. You know, I was honestly rooting for Snake Eyes to win. You know, the Justin Wong match, I was surprised. I'm not going to lie. When he beat Justin Wong, I was surprised. I was surprised that Justin Wong did not switch to Chun-Li. Because I believe if he would have switched to Chun-Li, it would have been a way better match. I don't know if he necessarily would have won it, but Rufus, in my opinion, I'm not going to deny that you know, obviously, you know, a player could win with any character. You know what I'm saying? I thought he was throwing a lot of haymakers against Zangief, and that's a big no-no against Zangief. Unless you're 100% certain that the attack is going to land or counter, you cannot throw haymakers at Zangief, because if you miss, you're gonna get comboed, and it probably might be a level 3. And if you don't want to get level 3 by Zangief, I know this as a longtime player. You do not want to get level 3 by Zangief, because that's half of your life right there. That's half of your health bar right there. I know you're gonna see Snake Eyes doing a lot of that standing medium kick. He loves that. He loves that standing medium kick. See, like right there, see those combos, they have to tweak them. Those combos, they have to tweak them. You know what I'm saying? During hit stun, the EX lariat, the regular lariat should bring the opponent in or something. I don't know, maybe give it a little bit more range. I personally don't like when the lariat actually hits crouching opponents. I think that's completely unfair. Within a combo, I don't mind that they land a combo and catch me with the lariat. In fact, in Street Fighter V and Street Fighter VI, it's really the only thing he has. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not fair. It's really not fair as a character design. You know what I'm saying? Like right there, what I did should have. I know it does combo. You know, if I were to play the character more consistently, I probably would not miss. But you know, the combo, you know, it should have worked right there. I felt like it should have worked, but as you can see, it missed though. And like, that's why, like, if I were to give any advice to Snake Eyes, I would just say, don't even try to go for those kind of combos. As you can see, like, all the experience I have, I'm still missing it. You know what I'm saying? I would save all that EX meter for command grabs because it gives you way more range. I would honestly only throw those command grabs if I knew for a fact my opponent missed or I could counter them. Like, let's say, for example, DJ tries to do, you know, a EX Sobot kick or whatever the hell that's called, the back forward kick, charge motion. You know, you block that, that's a free command grab. If you have the EX meter and you're not going to go into burnout, then you do the EX meter and get as much damage as you can off of that command grab. You know, honestly, like, if you have level 3, that's when I would waste that meter if I can. Probably at the highest level, it's not going to matter to be able to counter an opponent with a drive impact at the highest level. I'm not going to say that it's not, you know, you can't. See, like right there, light punch SPD. Forget jab, forget crouch, standing medium kick, light punch SPD in that situation. They're gonna give him that. Oh wow, that's not gonna work. I'm so whack. See, right there. Anytime they try to drive impact you, dog, you have one of the best options available. E Honda, E Honda, Manat, E Honda, Manat, and Zangief have quite possibly the most damaging ways to counter drive impact in the entire game. I just did light punch SPD. You could do that with while you're in with meter, or you could do it in burnout, and it's still gonna have the same effect. So you could do it with EX command grab, you know, which I would honestly never use the EX command grab, unless like, you get what I'm saying. I would save all that meter, especially the meter does make his lariat way better. But what I do as a player against a high level Zangief, I'll do a lot of jumping attacks early on. What does that do? You know, a Zangief player is going to go, oh, I could get EX Lariat. It's going to do way more damage. That's what I want you to do. I want you to waste your meter, because now you know what happens? You don't have the meter to get out of situations. You know, obviously you could deal with drive impact, but, you know, the grabs are way worse now. You know, my pressure game is way better now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking away basically your now I could jump in on you for free, basically, unless you anticipate a grab and, like, you know what I'm saying? Which I believe is hard to do at the highest level. The best players are only jumping in situations where they're okay to jump at. You know what I'm saying? Like, most high level players, with the exception of, like, maybe going against a Ryu or a Ken, are going to cross up. What I like to do as a high level player, you know what I'm saying? Once I see that they're in cross-up range, I start to go for jumping attacks in that situation, especially against characters that have weak anti-airs, like Zangief, for example. Like, what's another prime example of that? Like, Manat, for example. Those are characters I could easily pressure them and put them in real difficult situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, against a Ken or a Ryu, I honestly don't recommend it, because at the highest level, and Guile as well, DJ as well, I don't honestly recommend it, because, you know, those characters are basically going to be able to get, especially Guile and DJ, easy anti-airs off you. Unless you know for a fact that they lost charge, then I would not recommend it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look for. Like, as a high level player, I'm looking for, did they lose charge or not? You know what I'm saying? If I see a DJ or a Guile player lose charge, now I'm thinking, okay, I know they do have the crouching punch, but depending on how you mix up your jumping attacks, you can actually beat crouching hard punch. Against Guile, like, characters that have dive kicks are real effective against, you know, if they lost charge, they like to go for that crouching hard punch. But dive kick will actually beat crouching hard punch. So that's what that's actually used for. You know, a lot of players don't even know what, you know, it's not the only use. Like let's say you neutral jump, they throw a fireball, you neutral jump, you could dive kick, and now you're putting pressure on your opponent or comboing them now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a lot of Yoon and Yang players like to do in Third Strike or any other game they was in. You know, they would like to neutral jump to fake the possibility, like, to make their dive kick a little bit more unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they would just neutral jump, and then suddenly now they're dive kicking and they're pressuring you, and now it's a situation. You know what I'm saying? So those are, like, high-level tactics that the best players are using. And me from, like, you know, just me from experience, just seeing it so many times. And never sleep on that combo right there. As weak as that combo looks, never sleep on that combo. That crouching medium punch, drive rush into standing medium punch 3x3. You know, that combo is way better. You don't have to waste any meter. It does pretty damn good damage. Ah, God, I'm so whack. See, that was a bad time to jump right there, because he obviously could have charge on wake up. I was going to hold it too, but I got.
Zongia wins. Round 1. Fight.
See, like when as Zangief, because he doesn't really have too many good special moves. Like the EX Lariat is probably the easiest to combo with, but like I said, I would not even waste that meter at all. You know what I'm saying? I would not waste that meter on EX Lariat, because the regular Lariat does pretty good. Obviously, you can combo after the EX Lariat into command grab. I think it only works in air command grab, the down back, the quarter circle back kick. You know, I know it only. I'm almost positive it only works in the corner. I personally don't even know how to do it. I've tried to do it. I don't know why it's so difficult to do. I think there's something I'm just not understanding about how to do it. You know, maybe a little bit more airtime, you know, could make all the difference there. Oh my God. See, and it like that's pretty good damage for like a medium punch, drive rush, medium punch, medium punch, medium punch. That's pretty good fucking damage. You get what I'm saying? Like, obviously. Oh my God, I tried to do the. See, that's why I don't recommend that at all.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, I thought I had him at the wall. I'm telling you right now, the crouching medium punch is your friend as a Zangief player. Believe it or not, it's probably his best low option, other than crouching light kick, crouching jab, obviously. Those are probably the most important in the entire matchup, any matchup he's in. But believe it or not, I almost never see Zangief players using crouching medium punch. It's probably his most effective low attack, because it gives you way more hit stun. You know, it's way easier to combo a level 1 super. Can you combo it off of the crouching jab? Like I said, you know, I would like to put, let me just put practice mode instead.
Practice. Training.
Like I said, I'm not, you know, I'm not Itabashi or num shit like that. Alright, doesn't matter who I pick. It doesn't matter who I pick. I'm gonna see if I can land it off of 1. You know what I'm saying? That's the true test. I know. I usually like to personally have at least 3 low attacks. See, it can be done off of 1 jab. You know what I mean? I won a lot of matches with Zangief doing level 1. Usually it was crouching medium punch, because with the lag, it's very difficult to land. As you can see, I did on the first try, crouching jab into level 1 super. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work off of crouching light kick, so you actually have to go crouching light kick, crouching jab before you could actually do the super at all, because crouching light kick is just going to combo into itself, but for whatever reason, they don't allow you to combo into anything else. I believe the real reason is that it's just too good of a low attack for it to be something that you could just combo off of, you know, into level 3. So what they wanted you to do is, as a player, be good enough to combo the crouching light kick into a crouching jab, which is not that difficult, and then you combo into the level 3. So they wanted to kind of test your skills to see if you've been practicing to land that level 3 off of that crouching light kick. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do 4. You know, crouching light kick, jab, 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 jab. And if you have the, I fucked it up though. But 1, 2, 3. All right, let me see. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. And then you do the air grab. That's what I would waste it for. And I'm sure Snake Eyes already knows that he can't do the regular command grab. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I believe only the EX command grab works in the air. Personally, I was saving all my meter for either EX command grabs. I was ignorantly using the EX lariat, which I honestly do not recommend as a Zangief player. Unless you know for a fact you're not going to go into burnout, I believe it's justifiable to waste EX lariat, especially against real good players, because once they start pressuring you, especially a real good Ken, it could become like a knockout situation, like literally off of one encounter. You know, a real good Ken is gonna really be in, like, make it difficult. You know what I'm saying? I would recommend he practices that combo over and over again. And what I do when I do the level 2, like I said, use hard kick. When you're doing the level 2, just mash the hard kick button. The reason I say that is because if you miss the level 2, you still catch it, you still combo him, you still combo your opponent with the standing hard kick. That still does pretty good damage, and you'll be safe. Even if you miss the standing hard kick, you almost, which I think you would have to be an idiot to miss the standing hard kick. You know what I'm saying? If you accidentally get forward hard kick, it still combos the overhead. It still combos. Obviously, it doesn't do the same amount of damage as the standing hard kick. But that level 1 into level 2, especially against a good Ryu, is necessary at the highest level. It's necessary at the highest level to know how to do that. If there's any combos you should be working on with Zangief, it's those specific situations. Forget about standing light kick into crouching jab. He's been doing that since Street Fighter 4. He was doing way harder combos. He was doing standing light kick into EX green hand. That's way harder to do than standing light kick into drive rush into crouching jab again. That's easy. What is not easy and is way harder is doing that crouching light kick, crouching jab into super. You know what I'm saying? Into level 1. You know, and if you could do a Hadouken, there's no excuses. If you could do a Hadouken, you can do a super. So what I recommend for you as a beginner intermediate player, you know, you're going to want to practice that fireball motion. Down, forward, punch. Down, forward, punch. Don't start pressing the punch until you feel you have done the motion first. Because what happens with a lot of beginner players is they go, oh, the move is down, forward, punch. They start pressing punch too early. And what happens with the game is it'll start throwing out the jab, and then the special move won't come out anymore. So you have to make sure you do it after you do the motion, because if you do it too early, it's not going to work. So, like, as you can see, I can do it. You know, as you can see, I could do it off of that one crouching jab. So, like, you know, I have the talent that I'm backing it up. Most high-level players can't even do it off of the 1. You know what I'm saying? Most high-level players cannot jab into level 1 super. Like, see. I'm trying to see if he can do it off the standing. I can only, for whatever reason, I can only do it off of, I'm trying to do standing jab. Let me see. Oh, they won't give him standing jab? Oh, they do! Oh, that's a problem! That's a problem! That's a problem! Yo, nerf Zangief, yo! Nerf Zangief. See, like Snake Eyes. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, don't go for it. If you practice it enough and you nail the timing, honestly, I would recommend making sure you at least don't be arrogant like me and try to land it off a 1, because you're more likely to miss the super off a 1 jab. You know, always go for that. Always go for that additional hit confirmation that at least gives you, in my personal experience, I feel like around 3 low attacks is when I feel the most comfortable confirming into super or special move. 2 is acceptable as well. 1 is extremely difficult. 2 is like challenging, and then like 3 or more is like I have all the time in the world. There's no way I can mess this up offline. You know what I'm saying? And third strike, like the high level combo in third strike was, you know, crouching light kick, crouching jab, crouching light kick into super with like some of the better characters in the game. Not every character could do it, but I feel like every character should have been able to do it. But what do you call it? Into like Ken, for example, into level 3. Crouching light kick, crouching jab, crouching light kick, level 3 super. You know what I'm saying? He can still do it in these games. You know, into level 1, into level 2, into level 3. Obviously, me being the high level player, I personally like to go into level 3. I feel like I've earned that meter for so long. It looks so much better when you finish your opponent with it. It does so much more damage. You know, if you really add it up, like 3 level 1s is pretty close to the damage of a level 3. Maybe not exactly. But I believe, you know, it depends how you are as a player. Like I find, see, like crouching standing jab only gives you 2. But like what you're seeing is, like, it's difficult for me to do it off of standing. So I can do it off of standing, but what I'm doing right there is I'm buffering the jab first. That's another high level tactic. I don't know if it's actually called buffering, but what I'm doing is, if I know it's my turn to act as a player, I'm doing the super motion before the jab ever lands. So what happens is that increases the likelihood that my jab is going to connect into super off of 1 situation, like off of 1 attack after that. Like, as you can see, standing jab, it only gives you 2 opportunities. You might be in a situation where you only have 1 opportunity to land that jab. The standing jab has a quicker startup, if I'm not mistaken, than the standing light kick. Obviously, the standing light kick has better range. So if your opponent is constantly running away, I would not recommend doing that drive rush unless you know for a fact that standing light kick hits. If that standing light kick does not hit, you are in a counter situation. Especially against another Zangief, they could level 3 you before you're able to do anything. So if you do standing light kick drive rush and I block that standing light kick, I could level 3 you with my Zangief before you're committed to doing a dash. The drive rush dash, you're committed to that. Believe it or not, that's a pretty long startup. A high level player is going to level 3 you in that situation. So what I recommend doing as a player, if you really want to get better at any game like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Tekken, especially Street Fighter, you know, you're going to want to set the blocking to auto block. In the options, there's a setting that the computer will, if you combo, the first attack will combo, but if you miss your combo, it'll automatically block the minute you miss your combo. You get what I'm saying? So that's a good way to really test your combo possibilities. Like, for example, me as a Ryu player, I would test, you know, my standing light kick into uppercut. I would test my crouching jab into uppercut. I would challenge myself to do the standing jab into uppercut, and really challenge myself to be able to distinguish, you know, the difference between is my opponent blocking and my opponent being in a counter state. And you know, obviously, if you know about fighting games, the counter state is just once you get hit, you're countered. You know, you're in a combo state now. You know what I mean? So like it. I don't know why I just switched control players. I'm trying to. Oh my god, I'm so whack. See, I could do it normally. I missed it right there. 1, 2, 3. That's third strike. Like, that's so easy. 1, 2, 3. That he could do it 4. I missed it. 1, 2, 3. I keep missing it. No. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3. There it is. And then, you know, I missed the EX command grab. Obviously, as you can see, that three combination by three, in my opinion, as a Street Fighter player, if you honestly want to consider yourself a high level player and you don't know how to land that, you should be focusing all your energy on landing that combination. Believe me, if you could do a regular fireball, you can do a super. There's no excuses in Street Fighter. A lot of players are like, and honestly, modern controls, in my opinion, even though they're easier, I believe you do 25% less damage against your opponent. So in my opinion, as easy as it makes the game for you, you know, it's actually holding back your damage potential. You know, whereas if you were just to learn the game normally, it increases your chances of winning about 20% or something like that. So like, as you know, I personally think with modern controls, Zangief is one of the best characters because the command grabs are just so easy to do. But at the highest level, guess what? Players like me know exactly what you're up to. We know all the situations you're trying to go for. We know exactly when you like to go for them. We know exactly how to counter those situations. Unless you're in modern controls, my regular grab is going to beat your EX command grab or regular grab, or I could even counter you. Or I can even counter you with crouching light kick, crouching jab. So like I said, as a high-level Zangief, you only want to use those command grabs for counter situations. Don't go for anything too I'm not going to lie. What he did against the JP player with the drive rush into command grab, that was beautiful. I honestly, personally do not recommend that. It's a very risky situation. If they read that situation, because almost certainly drive rush is very easily to react with a jumping attack, a neutral jump, and a full combo. Because before you're able to counter me for doing a neutral jump, I'll be able to counter you for doing your drive rush. So like I said, it's a very risky situation. I'm happy it worked out for him, but I personally don't I don't personally agree with that as a player, because at the highest level, it's all about doing what works and what works best to win. And that's not one of those situations. Like I said, it worked out for him, but against a player like me, I would have almost certainly countered it with like a neutral jump, full combo, maybe even won the round with it. So you got to be real careful. Drive rush is very easy to counter. I could level 3 it on reaction. I do not recommend doing that. Unless you actually counter your opponent, I would not ever use drive rush. That's the problem that I see with a lot of beginner, intermediate players. They love to continue to pressure their opponent with drive rush in hopes to find some opening or some opportunity that might work. I myself have used it, but it's just that I'm so experienced at it that I know more or less the situations. I know where my player, what player I'm up against. I know if they're able to anti-air me. Situations like that also take into place. Like, for example, JP does not have a real good, strong anti-air with the exception of his super. So as a high-level player, I'm already thinking when he has super, I'm not really drive rushing him off that standing. He can do EX command grab and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I believe the crouching light kick. I don't know about on block. I know on these are situations I don't want to steer him the wrong way. You know, everybody knows this is the must have. As a Zangief player, that's the must have. You know, I keep fucking up the air grab, but I try to do. Did I get that? I don't think I got that. 1, 2, 3. No? 1, 2, 3. There it is. Okay. I like to go for the level 2. It looks so cool. I think that looks so awesome right there. It also practice that crouching medium punch into level 1. You already know the level 1 goes through projectiles. You already know the level 1 goes through projectiles. So against a JP, believe it or not, that loves to throw out those ground spikes, don't quote me. Do not quote me on this. Do not say. Just take my word for gospel. Really go into training mode, training room, and practice these situations. Practice against a JP player that's doing a lot of ground spikes. Because I believe level 1 will go through every other projectile he has. I'm not 100% certain about the EX command grab or the regular command grab. You know what I'm saying? Because that might actually be a whole nother situation. I never actually tried it. You have to be able to do crouching medium punch into super. Basically what's happening is I only try to do that buffer. I call it a buffer. What I'm doing is I'm already inputting the super before I even do the jab. So by the time the jab actually hits my opponent, I already have done the double quarter circle motion twice. So by the time the jab comes out, while I'm basically mashing jab on hit, and the super automatically comes out because the game registers the standing jab as a super motion that comboed off of the original jab. You know, the jab that I originally threw it's registering the double quarter circle motion after it, even though I did it before. So they made the game way easier and way more lenient, which is way better. I'm really happy they did that. So it increases the opportunity that, you know, something that you did before is actually being registered as something that you did after. So that's basically what I'm doing. A lot of high-level players, when you see them landing combos like this, it's because they're doing this specific situation. A lot of like casual and intermediate players don't really know about that, but this is like high-level knowledge that it really might make the difference between you winning against a player that normally you would have been able to do just a standing jab in that situation. Whereas now I comboed my standing jab into level 1 super, into level 2 super, and that gave me the win to win the round or win the match. Whereas normally I would, if you try to do it after, you're probably almost certainly going to get a standing jab. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, see, like right there. You see that? That's me doing standing jab into level 1 super. And I could do the EX command grab after. I have a whole lot of options. And all those attacks, the thing is, at the highest level, players like me know this. So, like, believe it or not, after every single counter situation, you're actually put in a grab situation. Now, I honestly don't recommend doing this as a Zangief player. What I mean by that is this. You're better off trying to land your combinations. If you have an opportunity to damage your opponent, you should get the most out of the combo that you possibly can. All these, like, you know, like, for example, like, if I do this, if I land the jumping medium punch, that's also good against low attacks. Like, if you see that your opponent likes to do a lot of crouching medium kicks and stuff like that, that's mainly what that's used for. I know Snake Eyes already knows that with HD Remix. I believe he would do that forward, what was it, the forward hard kick? Or the down forward hard kick where he would hop? Zangief would do a little low attack hop. That's basically what that is now. So like right there, like after jab, if he tries to do any attack after that, like if I catch my opponent with a crouching jab, and he tries to do a crouching light kick, as soon as he has the opportunity to do it, I'm going to be able to command grab him or regular grab him before he's able to counter me. So you, as a high-level player, especially against a grappler, every character has a grab. But not every character has a grab that does so much fucking damage. So especially against a grappler, I already know these things. You know what I'm saying? When you play online, there's a lot of lag, and it's way harder to see these situations happening. But like, let's say for example, You know, I do crouching medium punch. As a high-level player, I'm already assuming in my head that as a Zangief player, when he landed that crouching medium punch, he should have comboed into super level 1. He should have comboed into drive rush into standing medium punch, or crouching medium punch into EX lariat. He could have done a lot of other things in that situation. Why did he just settle for a crouching medium punch? So this is the kind of logic that high-level players are doing all the time. They're going, okay, you know, he put me in a grab situation. Obviously, he put me in a grab situation. He obviously put me in a grab situation. There's nothing I could do about that. Is there something you could do about that? Of course there is. You know, there's if you feel that your opponent is going, if you know for a fact you can react to the command grab, the thing with this game is with modern controls, it's very hard to react to a command grab. This is why I think for tournament play, modern controls should not even be allowed. Because it's just one button command grabs. Obviously, it also does less damage than if you were using the classic controls, but that's not the point. The air grab is easier to do. You could do instant air grabs off the ground. So the ways to counter the command grab, when you backdash, you're in Street Fighter, when you backdash, ever since Street Fighter 4, when you backdash, your character is actually considered airborne. So they're invincible to grabs. So like, let's say you try to go catch me in a grab setup in the corner, I have nowhere to run to. You try to do like crouching light kick, crouching jab, there's nowhere I could go. You know, I'm still within light punch SPD range. Guess what? If I actually react to that situation properly, I could backdash you, I could neutral jump you, counter you, I could backdash you. These are the reasons why I don't recommend as a grappler to ever go for those situations. Unless you see your opponent miss a normal attack, unless you know your opponent is in a counter state, like they just missed a flash kick, they just missed a EX uppercut, those are the opportunities that you want to use to, especially like a Manat player, to really capitalize on those command grabs. Because Manat is one of the most dangerous players in the game in the right hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna deny like Idon, you know, he really put Laura on the map. You know what I'm saying? He really put Laura on the map in Street Fighter V. In my personal opinion, even though like I see that he's using Manat now, personally, I think he would be better off with like a E Honda. Because I believe like E Honda has way better combo potential. You know what I'm saying? He has like pretty safe moves for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's I've never seen him play a charged character before. Manat, in my opinion, is not even really that good of a character in the highest level. In my personal opinion, you know what I'm saying? I messed it up. See? Standing jabbing, so, you know, you could do it off of... Can you do it? I know you could do it off of... Tell me you could do it off of... Standing light kick into level 1. You know, if honestly, if you have the meter though, you... Like I said, the things I'm doing right now are like real high level and they're very risky as well. Because the reason I say they're very risky is that while you're doing that double quarter circle motion, like I said, they're very risky, but it is a very high risk, high reward situation. It's a very high risk, high reward situation. So like I said, it is high risk. But like I said, you could turn a standing jab with no meter and combo into level 1 because of this super motion. I call it a buffer. I don't know if I'm correct on saying that. You're basically loading it up before the move ever even came out in the first place. So that's why I thought it was always called a buffer. You know what I'm saying? But correct me if I'm wrong. Try to do the jab or the standing light kick first, and then do double quarter circle forward into punch, and see if you can combo it. It's almost impossible. You want to know how I know that? I've been doing this since Street Fighter 3. I've been doing stuff like this since Third Strike, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's something to keep in mind. Honestly, it's very high risk, high reward. If you're not comfortable really doing it, you know, I understand. It's not easy. As you can see, I'm still missing it, and I've been doing it for a long time. These are high-level tactics that can turn a situation where you don't have meter. You don't have meter anymore. Obviously, Zangief has the command grab. He doesn't have to worry about drive impact. Any player that's trying to drive impact Zangief, unless he knows for a fact that it's going to counter, is an idiot. Never try to wall splat a high-level Zangief. Never try to wall splat a high-level Manat. Never try to wall splat a high-level E Honda player. Because that's an easy command grab. With no meter in burnout, you can still grab your opponent out of drive impacts. You can still command grab them, obviously, you can level 3 them. If you have a level 3 super grab, super command grab. You know what I'm saying? I find it way easier to land. Right there, I did not buffer that. Right there, I honestly did the motion after the jab. You know what I'm saying? I find it way easier to do the crouching jab into level 1 super. The reason I say that is because you already have to crouch to do the super. You're doing a down forward, down forward. So in between one of those down forwards is when I'm actually doing the jab. So when my character's actually doing down, I'm still with my left hand, even though I'm pressing square with my right hand, I'm still mashing out the super. I'm not like this super intelligent player. Like, I have a feel for it. I have a feel of when it's supposed to, like, my timing. But, like, I'm not special. I'm not, like, this superhuman player that doesn't make mistakes. I'm utilizing my turn and my situation, knowing that I have the time to throw this double quarter circle motion out. You understand that? Like, if I see he missed a crouching medium kick, I have the time to go for like a double quarter circle forward, standing light kick into level 1 super. I don't have to waste any drive rush meter, and I get a lot of damage off of a standing light kick. But I have the time to do it. He tried to catch me with a sweep. You know what I'm saying? That's an opportunity where you use that buffer of the quarter circle, double quarter circle into the jab super. You know what I'm saying? That was after. It's easier if you do it before. You know what I'm saying? See? I did it before there. It could be done either way. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty fast though. Like, when you think of how fast you're doing the Hadouken motion, think you're doing it so fast that it feels like you only did one. You're rolling your finger from down to forward twice, as fast as you possibly can, because you only have a small window of opportunity. So, like, I'm thinking of like you know, that's basically what it is. A lot of beginner players, intermediate players, they don't understand these things. They go, damn, how is he landing these combos? They're so hard to do. You're waiting a lot of times with the lighter attacks, like crouching jab, standing jab, crouching light kick. First of all, crouching light kick cannot combo into super. I don't care how good of a player you think you are. Let me see. I might be wrong on that. See? Even if I do it with the buffer. See? I have to do it. See? But if I do jab, what happens? By the third jab, if you're not doing the super, you're not doing it right. Because you have 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities. Zangief probably has some of the biggest opportunities to land a level 1 super in comparison to a lot of... I believe almost every character can do 4 on counter hit or on I don't know how it's working. I believe counter hit gives you like 1 additional light attack, crouching. So if you counter your opponent, you get additional combo possibilities and potential there. Normally, I believe it only goes up to 3 if you start with a crouching light kick. I believe if with a jab, it's also 3. As you saw with Zangief, he gets 4 because he has such a long crouching jab. But, like, believe me, as a Zangief player at the highest level, you're going to be almost certainly outside of that. You're going to be almost the whole game within that medium kick range or that crouching hard kick range. Because they're always going to be running away from you walking back. That's the intelligent move to do to you. Because as a high-level player, as a high-level player, you know what I'm saying? As a high-level player, you're going to have to use those situations. Like I said, he does have amazing combo potential. Let me see. Another thing is when you're doing that dash, you could actually be buffering the super while you're doing the dash, and it'll still register as the super being done. So like, don't think because you commit to doing one motion. That's another thing that a lot of beginner, intermediate players, they don't really use to their advantage. Is while I'm dashing, I'm actually doing the super motion as well, depending on the situation. Like if I'm doing a hard link, like let's say for example, like that whole time after I did standing light kick and did drive rush, the entire time I was doing drive rush, I actually was doing super motion. I just kept going down forward, down forward, down forward, down forward. So by the time I do the crouching jab or the standing jab, the game is going to register that I committed to doing a super. I already inputted the super motion. These are high-level tactics that a lot of beginner players don't know about. A lot of intermediate players do not know about. Just because you're dashing does not mean you have to stop playing the game. You could still be doing things to help you as a player to land extremely difficult combos. These are the harder combos in the game for every character. Is those crouching light kick, crouching jab. Crouching light kick only combos into crouching jab into super. I don't know why they designed it that way. I think it's just because it's too good. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. I don't think there's any player good enough to do it, if it is, which I believe it's not. But crouching leg kick does combo into crouching jab very easily. So that should be your main, they call it a bread and butter combo. The fighting game community calls it a bread and butter combo. I personally don't even like that terminology. It's a fucking combo. This has nothing to do with bread and butter, bro. It's a combo. This is real fighting game terminology. It's a combination. Don't believe these idiots out here. They try to confuse you with the bullshit. They try to confuse you with the bullshit. Don't believe the bullshit. A grab is a grab, and there's no other way to do a fucking grab. If you want to grab, you grab. There's no hidden technology there. There's no hidden technology in the grab. You either grab or you don't grab. So, like I said, I honestly, I don't want to stream for too long. You know, these are high level tactics that I personally, as a player, have, you know, learned. No one ever taught me this kind of shit. I was the ignorant, stubborn player that wanted to prove he could be good at Street Fighter and do the shit that, you know, I see like the combos. I'm like, oh my god, you know, oh, you could combo with super. Okay, I know I could do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, but basically these buffers have always been in the game ever since Super Turbo. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I highly recommend that Snake Eyes learns these situations, because instead of just doing jab, jab, jab into trying to like grab setup, believe me, the high level players know that you're trying to go for grab setup there. Me as a high level player, when you're stopping your combination and not going for maximum damage, or maybe, you know, I'm already assuming that you're going for a grab setup. Now, can you use that to your advantage and counter me if I'm incorrect? Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. You know what I'm saying? Highly unlikely. By the time the startup comes out of your next normal, let's say, if I decide to backdash you, you do crouching jab, crouching jab, crouching jab. I'm still in light punch SPD range. I could backdash you, and still avoid the sweep. I'm almost positive I can still avoid the running bear grab by neutral jumping. I'm almost positive, you know, by the time your standing hard kick comes out, you know, I'm out of range out of all your things, and I could probably counter you. You know, if I have level 3, I could probably level 3 you before any of your... So never fall for those situations either. Because a high-level player like me will backdash, have you think, okay, he's in a counter state, and I could level 3 you before you counter me. You know what I'm saying? Unless you properly read the situation. The situation, what you should be doing is trying to read a backdash or a jump away. Because most certainly, a high-level player is going to try to jump away from you. You're going to want to do standing hard kick in that situation with Zangief. If they backdash, you're going to want to do running bear grab. But you got to be careful with that running bear grab because they actually changed it. If you're out of range of running bear grab, the startup is actually like 25%, 50% longer than it is when you're in the correct range. But I believe it has no invincibility whatsoever. I think it might have projectile invincibility like it did in Street Fighter V. I was the only Zangief player using it correctly. I'm not even a true Zangief player, but I was just having fun with the character, because I just thought he was so incredible in Street Fighter V. I thought he was one of the best characters in Street Fighter V as well. Even though Snake Eyes disagreed with he was saying Zangief's like the worst character in the game. I'm sitting there laughing, listening to him, because I was like, dog, he has a parry. No, you're right. He did not have the green hand. But his lariat was like his fucking green hand. He could lariat you like mid-screen, you know, and just like hold forward. Oh, that's another thing. When you lariat with Zangief, you could actually, especially in the older games, you could aim him back or forward. He doesn't really move back that well, but his forward, as you can see, I started way out of range, right? But like you see what is happening there? I'm holding forward, and like I'm still able. Like let's say, obviously a high level Ryu player like me, I'm not gonna lie. You know, when I'm on my A game, I'll never make this mistake. But the lariat can counter. It's his best way to counter projectiles without wasting any meter, but it's also a very risky counter, because if you make a mistake with it, you will get full comboed at the highest level. But if you do have the meter, I don't ever recommend getting in burnout with any character, especially Zangief. Because once he doesn't have his EX lariat and his EX command grabs, running bear grabs, I don't think he's nowhere near as good as he normally is, you know what I'm saying? But, let's see. See, like, right there, instead of wasting the meter, a lot of players will go, oh, let me try to get all this additional damage. Yeah, you're going to get additional damage, but not much. And you're going to put yourself closer and closer to burnout. You know what I'm saying? It's happened to me plenty of times early on in the game's life cycle. What you should be doing instead is learning, like, cementing crouching medium punch into lariat. That's a combination right there. That's a combination. That's a must-know combination right there. That's a must-have combination right there. You know, he obviously standing medium punch into standing medium punch. Why not? He can't special cancel it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, hold up. Can he do the first one standing? No, okay, no, okay. So, like, instead of doing this into that, don't even do that. Don't waste the meter doing it. Just go right into super. Go right into lariat. It's an easy combo. You don't waste any meter. That's your and like, especially if they're in burnout, that crouching medium kick, crouching hard kick, don't be afraid to use that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to use that. That overhead, if they have drive impact, I wouldn't even honestly be using it too much. I would be doing more jumping attacks, just because off a jumping attack you could activate the drive impacts. All right, so basically, like that's my advice to Snake Eyes, man. You know, I'm happy that he's going to the tournament for the 2 milli. You know what I'm saying? I hope he honestly wins it. If I was there, most certainly he would not win it, especially if he was going up against me. And he knows that. And he knows that. He knows I'm telling the truth. He knows all about me. Snake Eyes knows all about me. But like I said, you know, those are things like I said, really work on those situations I said before. Like, I wouldn't recommend off of that. See? It's making a situation where like I'm doing, what I did is crouching medium punch, drive rush, the entire animation of drive rush, dash, I was doing double quarter circle forward. I wasn't even just stopping at double quarter circle forward. I kept doing quarter circle forward, quarter circle jab. So by the time the jab finally does come out and hit and combo, the game is going to register that the inputs that you were doing before the jab ever came out as you doing the super. Even though you did it before the jab ever hit, the game engine is so lenient and so forgiving that it's going to give you an opportunity to combo a jab, a crouching jab, or a standing jab, where normally that is extremely difficult at the highest level. Ask any high-level player how difficult that is to do raw. And by raw, I mean doing the jab first into super. Do the jab first, no buffer, none of that. Into super. It's almost fucking impossible. Is it possible? It's extremely difficult is what I should say, but it's damn near impossible. See? I just have the experience. Like right there, I did standing jab. But as you can see, if you really pay attention to my motion of my character, that's why, as a high-level player, that's another thing you have to be real careful about. When you see Zangief players doing a lot of motion like that, any kind of grapplers doing motion like that, assume that that's some sort of buffer to do something powerful. You know what I'm saying? But what makes a high-level Zangief player so good is that they try to fool you by doing a lot of those weird, you know, forward, down, back. They're walking back, forward, down, back up, and what they're doing is they're trying to get you to either counter you with that buffer situation I said that easily leads into level 1 super, which can lead into EX air grab. Very damaging, you know, very, very powerful tactic, but it also makes the opponent. The thing is, unless there's modern controls, a lot of players go, oh, well, what the hell am I supposed to do in this situation? Well, believe it or not, you can actually grab him before he grabs you with a command grab. If the game is regular, depending on the situation though. So like a lot of players get afraid of the command grab, but believe it or not, unless they put you in a grab situation, like what I mean by that, like I said before, is like if you get hit with an attack against a grappler, unless they're out of range, like for example, crouching hard kick, standing medium kick, you know, depending on the situation, most certainly you're already out of grab range unless he does running bear grab. That's very easily reactable at the highest level, so it's not recommended. You know what I'm saying? But like if I'm within grab range and I just got hit by a Zangief's jab, what happens there? I know I'm in a grab situation as a high-level player. Now, obviously as a high-level player, you should go for the combination. It's stupid not to. So now you put me in a grab situation when you had the opportunity to already get your damage. Now you're trying to guess for damage. And you're using a very risky command grab to do it. If I read that situation correctly, I can counter you, full combo you into a level 3 and take almost half your health in that one situation. So is it worth it, or should you just capitalize on the damage that you've already been given? That's the difference between a high-level player that wins and a player that is intermediate and believes he's a high-level player. That's the big difference. You know what I'm saying? As simple as that. It happens to the best of us. The knowledge is really what's going to make the community better. It's going to make the competition better. Obviously, it's going to suck for me. I probably shouldn't even be saying this kind of stuff, because now when I go to tournaments and people really watch my videos, the tournament scene is going to get way harder to win the money. I could care less. I know where my talent is at. I know where my capacity is at, and I'm still going to go for mine. You know what I'm saying? But like, I can't stand when people give up on it's very hard to find a ranked match now in Street Fighter 6. It's disappointing, because I feel like everyone was just trying to get included in the $2 million tournament, and then now they see they're not in it, and now they don't care about playing the game anymore. And it sucks for me as a true fan, because I love playing the competition. You know, I don't use Discord or any of that stuff. I wish PlayStation had something like Discord already built into it. Like a chat room for Street Fighter players. A chat room for like the big popular games, Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare. What else? Mortal Kombat chat room, where you could go in there and start voice chatting with other players, send them invitations right there. Just like you can in GGPO. I love GGPO. I believe Damn Die created GGPO. I love GGPO. When I found out that you could play fighting games online on PC, I fell in love with GGPO. You go into a chat. The only thing I didn't like was that you could not voice chat. I would love to hear all the players talking shit on GGPO. Maybe you can now. I have not used GGPO in over 10 years. But GGPO, Damn Die is an amazing player, by the way. In my opinion, he's the best European player probably of all time. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. His Ken is one of the cheapest Kens in Super Turbo. I guarantee you. I want to see a lot of you guys. You think I'm talking shit? Dog, he's like the best Ken in Super Turbo. No doubt about it. Like, mine is real good. I personally prefer Ryu in Super Turbo. I think he's just an overall better character, and he basically does the same exact thing. So it's almost stupid to play Ken, but he makes me, eat my words, because he's just so amazing as a Ken player. But like I said, I would love to see PlayStation do something like. I forgot. I cannot say the word PS. I keep forgetting that. My bad. I'm about to finish the stream right now. I hope you guys really appreciate the knowledge I'm giving you. I could have been the troll. I could have been the little troll and the little Grinch of Street Fighter and fighting games, and kept the knowledge to myself to ensure my chances and my opportunity is way better. But as you can see, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to enlighten you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge fan of fighting games, as you can see. Street Fighter is always going to be my favorite. It started it all. But like I said, Zangief, you have to be able to do crouching medium punch in the super. You can do it without. You can do it after. You can do it after, and you have all the opportunity while you're doing crouch and jab. Because what happens is when you start crouch jabbing your opponent, they get stuck in a combination that they basically can't get out of. As long as you just keep jabbing, if you just keep repeatedly mashing the jab button, it's going to keep them in a combo for at least 4 hits. So in that entire time where I'm just jabbing, I'm just mashing out quarter circle forward over and over again. So by the time the fourth one comes out, if I have not got it in that time, then you're just an idiot that has to do it faster. It's as simple as that. It's not that complicated. What I recommend is starting off with just doing down forward punch. The real basic special moves. You know, Mortal Kombat is different. The special moves, you know, are more. The special moves are like you can land them out of normal attacks, most of them. You know, not crouching light kick, not crouching jab. It's good that they made it like that. You could do like standing hard punch, crouching medium kick, hard kick. I mean, it looks like a crouching medium kick in Street Fighter though. Into special moves, but you want to enhance it. Like in Mortal Kombat, it's more about doing specific combinations, like forward. Like for example, for me and Kenshi, it's forward, square, circle, square. So it's way easier than Street. It's not that I'm gonna say it's way easier. It's a completely different kind of. You're doing a combination, but these combinations require a forward and a back input a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Street Fighter, you're trying to combo the you know, the special or the super. You know, especially if you're a beginner player, just pick modern controls. Modded controls is going to allow you to do special moves and supers by pressing either one button or two buttons. So they really simplified the game. I'm really happy they did that. They've been doing that since Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I honestly think they should add that to Street Fighter 30-year anniversary collection, HD remix, hyper fighting, anything, whatever. Not whatever, but all their games, Darkstalkers. You know, I think that's gonna. You know, especially when it comes to like cell phones, man. You know, I know in Street Fighter 4 fighting game application, you know, you could turn on. They have an app for iPhone and iOS. I mean, Google App Store. That Street Fighter 4 and King of Fighters 13 is on the App Store. Basically, if you go into the options, the menu, it's a good way to really like understand how to use special moves correctly. Maybe if you don't have the you know, the timing down and you struggle doing the special moves, which you should not because of modern controls. But you know, even in the apps that they have for Apple iOS, you know, they have the special. It says SP assist. You turn that option on. So what that does is when you press a punch or a kick button with a forward or a down, there's one button that says SP. That means special. It means special move. So if I press the special move button by itself, it'll throw a fireball just by tapping the button. If you press down, back, or forward, it'll do a completely different special move, like an uppercut to hit them out of the air. You know, like my character Ryu, if you do an uppercut, it hits them out of the air. If you do spin kick against characters like Guile, believe it or not, to this very day, it goes over his sonic boom. So all these players are like, damn, Guile's so good. How do you beat him? I can't beat anything he does. You know, I jump in the air, he does crouching hard punch. If you pick a character like Ryu, guess what? You could do down back hard kick. You go completely over the sonic boom and counter him on the other side. You could throw EX projectile, and the first projectiles will collide. The second one will power through and counter him on hit. There are ways, you know, to deal with this stuff. You could do drive impact. Drive impact is when you press. With modern controls, it's a little bit different. You know, it's way easier to do. I believe it's just one button. I don't know what button it is, but normally the way I play, it's RB and RT together, and basically that absorbs 3 attacks depending on how low your health is. It might not absorb any attacks at all. If your health is real low, it won't absorb any attacks. But if you have a full health bar and you have the meter, you have to be careful though, because when you waste your meter, it's going to drain. It's gonna take away possibilities that you have. Like for example, doing enhanced special moves. In this game, it's called EX. Like Mortal Kombat, it's called enhanced. Once you lose the meter, you can't do enhanced moves anymore, and EX moves anymore. You can't do drive impact anymore, and you can't do drive rush anymore. And those are crucial elements to, at the highest level, to really be able to capitalize. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, there's a situation like if you see an opponent misses a sweep with Zangief, you know what I'm saying? Or they throw an attack that you're out of range. Like, let's say, for example, you jump away and Guile misses a flash kick or something like that, or Ken misses an uppercut. You running bear, you catch him with a command grab, man. You know that. Don't ever try to go for running bear grab because you might miss in that situation. But like, there's another thing a lot of players don't really do, which I don't recommend at all doing though. But it does work in a situation like, let's say for example, you see your opponent made a mistake, but you already committed to doing like a crouching jab to really kind of check your spacing and where you're at as a player to see if they're close enough to land a certain attack or not. If you already committed to doing like a standing jab or a crouching jab and you see that they missed like a sweep, you could actually drive rush out of that jab or standing light kick. Like, even though it didn't hit, you could cancel any normal attack. You know what I'm saying? Like I did standing jab, not any. You know, you see how it basically gave me a half screen command grab. Obviously, at the highest level, that's not going to be too effective. But believe me, if they miss a sweep, you could. It's a quick way to drive rush without having to do drive rush and then dash. Because what happens is the jab comes out and you could cancel the jab or the standing light kick or the crouching jab into drive rush, which is way faster than doing a typical drive rush, which is... I know I sound like such a nerd or whatever, but I don't care. I love this game. I love the franchise. I love fighting games ever since I was a little kid, and I'm never going to change for nobody. You know what I'm saying? If a girl was like, I'm going to stop having sex with you if you don't stop playing fighting games, I'm like, okay, stop having sex with me then. Because I'm never going to stop playing Street Fighter, I'm never going to stop playing Tekken, and I'm never going to stop playing Mortal Kombat. I'm going to be that 70-year-old guy at the tournament that's like literally wiping his ass with 20-year-old kids that play the game and shit. And they're all laughing like, yo, this old dude's really wiping his ass with these guys. So like, that's what I mean. That's another high-level tactic that I don't see too many players using. But as I tried, it does not work off a crouching medium punch, crouching medium kick. But it does work off of the crouching, only standing. For whatever reason, I'm wrong about that. It does not work on crouching jab, but standing light kick and standing jab. But so like, you got to be careful as a player because you almost have to anticipate that when they miss a standing jab like that, they might be drive rushing, but that's an easy counter anyway. But what I'm saying is if you see them miss a sweep, you could jab into like basically almost a half screen command grab. You know, they miss an uppercut, you know what I'm saying? Like you block, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what, it would be like, I would consider it being like a crouching medium kick type of situation. They miss a crouching medium kick, they miss a standing hard kick, they miss a crouching sweep, hard kick, sweep. And like, look at the range on this though. Like, really look at that. Look at that. Like, even if I miss it, look at that. I'm half screen right there. I'm half screen right there. Standing light kick, same thing. I was a little off on that. I'm sorry. But as you can see, that's a half screen command grab, dog. You know, that's a half screen command grab. Now, like I said, at the highest level, is this some sort of like hidden technology that suddenly you're going to be unbeatable? No, but it helps. It helps having these tools in your toolbox ready at your disposal to pull out there. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, E-Honda can also do this. This is one E-Honda tactic that I don't see any E-Honda players doing. And honestly, in my opinion, I know Zangief, Snake Eyes is so used to using Zangief, and I believe in his Zangief. I really do. You know what I'm saying? I really do believe in his Zangief. I would love to play his Zangief in a mirror match. with my Zangief if I haven't done it already. Because every mirror match that I ever played with Zangief, I'm like 9-10. Like, I have not lost a mirror match using Zangief against Zangief. Like, I literally won, like, all of them except for, like, one. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of a best 2 out of 3 set, I won 2 out of 3. So I lost one. You know what I mean by that. Like, I did win the set. I have not lost one set to a mirror match Zangief player. I don't do it often. I don't do it often, bro. I don't do it often. Do not sleep on my Zangief. Do not sleep on my Zangief, bro. For Mother Russia, bro. For Mother Russia, bro. Look at that. Are you kidding me? That is very useful. You know what I'm saying? That's very useful right there. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I wouldn't even recommend doing that. Like you could even do it full screen. Like, watch. Like, that's way slower. Let me see. Because I'm out of range. You have to be in that range to do it. Like, see, I was already in the range. I wouldn't even recommend doing that. I'm doing the wrong one. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that light kick, the kick command grab that he does up close actually does more damage than the regular SPD. But I believe it does not have as much range. So that's the drawback of it, is that, let me see, hold up. See? It'll put me in running bear grab range, so you gotta be real careful with that, you know what I'm saying? Let me see, hold up. I'm so whack! See? You can do it in those situations, like... That's why I say, those situations, believe it or not, that's... As a Zangief player, I already knew that, like, the high-level players were always trying to avoid my command grab. They were always jumping. They were always dashing back. So I was able to catch them with things that normally players never use. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be afraid to do a crouching medium kick at the right time. Because that crouching medium kick, if you do it at the right time, even if they try to drive impact you, you're gonna be able to block on time. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be like, oh, I can't use it because I can't special move cancel it. I can't super cancel it. No, use it at the right time. If you do the standing medium kick at the right time, they cannot drive impact you. But it's up to you as a player to understand what is the right time. That's what separates a beginner player from a very experienced high-level player. When is the right time to do this, and when is the right time to do that? What is the proper time to block? What is the proper time to avoid a grab? What is the proper time to go for a grab? What is the proper time? Like, Zangief is one of the scariest players to be in a grab situation. Because his grab situation is far superior than every other character in the game. You know what I'm saying? He does 1, 2, 3. He's still in command grab range. Every other character in the game is not in command grab range. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. You got to be careful because high-level players already know this. High-level players already go, he did 3 and he stopped. And he stopped. Now, the difficult thing is right there. Yeah, can he go for a 4th? He can, which I do recommend. That's what he does. I recommend that they finish their combos. That's always been my advice to players. Don't ever try to go for this gimmick nonsense. Like in Third Strike, if you, hard punch, EX sidestep kick, and then before the opponent hits the ground, you do jab reset, and then do a cross under. Never do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? With Laura in Street Fighter V, it was a little bit different because you do standing hard punch into EX thunderclap, standing medium kick, everything is basically special cancelable, command dash cancelable after that. You can do standing jab, which I don't recommend, but in certain situations, it's the only thing that works. Like if they jump into your EX projectile, for example. you're not gonna have the time to do anything else, really. So that's the specific situation for that. You could do regular dash or special command. Obviously, it's better off doing the special command dash. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother story, though. That reset is ensuring that you're safe on block, but you're also putting your opponent in a tricky grab situation. Is there anything they could do? Of course there is. I've played against talented high level players that they leveled level 1 me. You know what I'm saying? They level 3 me in that situation with Zangief. Because the game is so lenient now that it you know what I'm saying? So basically, like I said, fighting games have always been very situational, and it's very important for you as a player if you want to get better, and I really hope you do, because I really could use someone that could finally beat me, because I'm just so good that no one ever beats me, and I get tired of winning. Like, I get bored of winning. So, I'm trying to help players get good enough to beat me because I'm just unbeatable. So, like I said, man, like Snake Eyes, really, man, I'm really rooting for him. You know what I mean? You see how I was able to do it off of the first jab, that crouching jab right there? I could probably even do it off of the standing jab, you know what I'm saying? I really recommend it, though. Really work on those situations. Really work on landing that. That's very important. You know what I'm saying? That's important at the highest level. These are the most common ways that you're going to get damage. You know what I mean? I tried to do the standing jab this time. See? I was able to do it. If you try it as a beginner player, you talk a lot of shit. You talk a lot of shit as a beginner player, but I guarantee you cannot do that combo I just did, dog. You cannot do that combo I just did right there. Standing jab into level 1 super. As a beginner player, I guarantee you cannot do that first try. Don't talk shit about me, bro. I'm a legend, bro. You don't know about me. I'm a legend, bro. When it comes to Street Fighter, I'm a legend, bro. So like when it's my turn, what I'm doing right there in that situation, when I know it's my turn to act and I know there's nothing they could do about it, I'm doing the standing light kick. At the same time I'm doing the standing light kick, before it even hits, I'm mashing quarter circle forward over and over again. So that if it does hit, I could easily confirm into super after that. I call it a super buffer. I don't know if I'm correct on calling it a buffer. That's what I call it. I'm loading up a super before it ever even came out, I know I already committed to doing the button. I pressed light kick already. I know it's my turn to act. There's nothing he can do about it. He has to deal with my light kick now. Now the only difference is it going to counter him, or is he going to block it? Because now if he blocks it, as a player, I cannot commit to doing the punch to combo the super. Because if I press punch too early, if he blocks it, the super still might come out. But if I see that the light kick does hit, now I press light punch, the super comes out right after and combos him in a very difficult situation where normally you would not be able to land that. These are high-level tactics that every player, if they really want to win at the highest level in this game right here, particularly Street Fighter, this doesn't really have too much. Tekken does have its combinations that are very similar to that as well, where players are inputting these motions as they're dashing and all that. As they're dashing with martial law, they're mashing back forward twice, real fast, like a super motion in Street Fighter for a charge character. That's why, if you play a charge character in Street Fighter, you should be playing martial law in Tekken. Because his dragon stance cancels are all back forward. Guess what motion that is in Street Fighter? Super duper. That's why. You know what I'm saying? So like you might as well pick a character that with those super motions from Street Fighter with martial law is going to give you additional combo damage. It's going to make your attacks way more powerful than a regular attack in this situation. It's going to ground bounce your opponent, and you can keep the combo going to a certain extent. You know, there's a juggle limit. In fighting games, there's a juggle limit. If you don't know what the juggle limit is, you know, you could juggle your opponent in the air a certain amount of times before they finally hit the ground because the game does not allow it anymore. That's called a juggle state. When they're in a counter state in the air, you could continue to juggle them over and over again for a limited amount of time. Depending obviously on what character you're using, you know, you're gonna be able to do different stuff. That's up to you as a player to really understand this. You know what I'm saying? You know, so like I said, like, you saw that? What did I do right there? Tell Snake Eyes, what did I do right there? I did standing light kick, drive rush. While that dash is coming out for the drive rush, I was mashing quarter circle forward consistently the entire time. So if you read my inputs, I probably have 10 quarter circle forward motions that actually came out, and only 2 of those mattered. So when I see that the jab actually lands, guess what? All I have to do is continue to mash the jab button, and the super is going to come out. If you do it correctly, the super will come out. Level 1 super, which is the most guaranteed super at high level Zangief, is level 1 super. If you're trying to fish, if you're trying to combo a drive impact as a level 3 at the highest level, you're almost certainly never going to be able to land that. I'm not saying don't do it if you see the opportunity to do it. If you see the opportunity to do it, you say, shut the fuck up, dog. I know what the fuck I'm doing, and I'm going for mines. But what I'm saying is a high-level player knows all these tactics and is anticipating that you're going for those drive impacts and might impact you back, because drive impact, if they do drive impact is the best counter against a drive impact. Or a special move, like an EX special move, like for example Ken's EX Dragon Punch, that has more than 3 hits. It has a real good invincibility, and it's going to completely swallow up the drive impact. You can grab, you can parry. I honestly recommend at the highest level practicing grabbing the drive impact, because when you're in burnout, you can still grab them from giving you a wall splat. And there's no way they could keep you in some sort of block stun that you're forced to deal with some sort of drive impact. That's all gimmicks, that's all lies, that's all nonsense. So what you do is you grab them, and when they're on the floor, you go, yo, next time you do that, I'm gonna wipe my ass with you again. And I'm gonna wipe my ass with you again and again and again and again. That's what you tell all these whack players. I'm gonna keep wiping my ass with you no matter what. No matter what. So like I said, I wish Snake Eyes the best of luck. I used to play with him on Xbox Live on 360. You know, if someone would have told me back then, because honestly, when he was playing back then, he didn't even really know much about the game, in my opinion. Like, he probably played it, but he didn't really, you know, wasn't like the most magnificent high-level player of all time back then when I was playing with him. But now I see what he's doing, and I see him doing the standing light kick into EX Green Hand in Street Fighter 4, into red focus, into red focus crumble, into focus attack dash cancel, dash, and then he does the level 1 ultra. And I'm like, man, yo, it brings tears to my eyes. I'm like, man, yo, I'm happy that he's able to compete at the highest level now. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that he's like, you know, he's considered the best Zangief player in the entire country. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he won the HD Remix tournament with Zangief. Obviously, it would have never happened if I was there. But I wasn't there. So, you know, I want to shout him out. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that he's going to this tournament. I really hope he wins it. You know what I'm saying? This is why I did this video. Maybe there's some knowledge that he didn't know about, and I hope someone maybe could relay the message to him if they do know him personally. You know, at the highest level, you know, should he have a backup to Zangief? I think at this point in fighting games, there's no need to have a backup character. If you play the game correctly, there's no need to have a backup character. Every single character has a way to low confirm or from like mid-range to combo into super level 1, level 3. Zangief is the only character I'm not 100% certain, other than Drive Impact, how to combo a level 3. I'm not too big on Zangief. I'm not the expert Zangief player. I did play him like 100 matches or 200 matches when I first started playing Street Fighter 6 online. So like literally 100 to like 200 of my matches are actually Zangief, or whatever the hell his name is. Almost all of my matches are wins with Kimberly. So, you know, like I said, I really hope the best for him. I really hope he wins, and I do believe he can win. After seeing him play that JP player, I believe he played an amazingly patient game. I believe he was doing jump attacks at the right time. You know what I'm saying? He was playing his game. You know, like a lot of players say, oh, never do a jumping attack. No, don't believe all that nonsense. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do at the right time. There's a time and a place for every single situation in this game. Otherwise, they would have never designed the game with jumping attacks at all. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you're playing a zoner like Ken, crouch your medium kick into fireball, you could drive impact the fireball before he's able to counter. Even if it's an EX fireball. No, actually, I'm wrong about that. Do not believe that. Do not believe that. I believe he's still able to level 3 the fireball. So do not believe what I'm saying right there. But I believe you can actually command grab Ryu and Ken with Light Punch SPD before they're actually able to act on a blocked fireball. So E Honda and characters like that, Manat, those are the characters that really have a real easy time countering. You might have to do a slight walk forward just to make sure you're still in range. But I could be wrong about that. Like, if you're in the corner, I believe you're still in the range. So, like I said, man, don't take everything I say as like, oh, this is gospel. This is the 10 commandments of Street Fighter. But, you know, hopefully, it helps out for you. It benefits you if you don't already know about this kind of stuff, man. I hope someone could relay the message to them. I no longer play on Xbox Live. I will be going on there for Gears of War soon. I'm a huge Gears of War fan. I think it's the best game on Xbox. I love Halo as well, but I have way more fun playing Gears. I just love seeing their bodies completely evaporate when you catch them with the close range and they just like completely pop. You know, their head comes off and shit. I love that, man. But that's it, man. My video is pretty long, man. But hopefully, I'm rooting for Snake Eyes, man. Hopefully he wins, man. I really hope he does.